it's Andrea from Happy Cloud Creations. I usually like to jump on once a month just to give a little update, what I've been working on, what I plan on working on this month. I typically jump on at the beginning of the month, but it's been ending up mid-month and I totally skipped last month. Last month was pretty crazy, so totally skipped it. And so I'm jumping on today to kind of summarize what I did the last couple months and what my goals are for this month. If you jump on, say hi so I can make sure I can see comments. This video is live. If you can see the red little box up there that says live. If that is gone, this is a replay. Last month, November went by super fast. I started, so the last update video I did was mid-October. So I wasn't really sure what I was planning on doing in November. And then once November 1st rolled around, a couple days before that actually, I decided, hey, I have so many projects that are half done, done quilts. So I thought I would start a Finish Those UFQ challenge over in my Facebook group. So if you aren't in my Facebook group, that's what's kind of going on with me last month and this month. I provided a free PDF project tracker so that you could mark off when you finished your blocks, finished your top, basted your quilt, quilted your quilt, and bound your quilt. So just over the last month and a half, I've completely finished 3 of my quilts that I had hoped to finish. And then I have 3 more quilt tops that need to be finished. So they just need to be basted and quilted and bound. If you were part of my Quilts Along group, we did the Cloudy Quilt Sampler back in 2018. So I finished this one. I'm really happy to have finished this. This is a free pattern on my blog. My blog is happycloudcreations.com. This one I decided to go with a scrappy binding. So I used fat quarters for the blocks, and the remainder I made some binding with it. So I finished that one. This one's a throw size, like 72 by 72, I think. And then the second quilt I finished was my Happy Flower Garden quilt, which was also a Quilt Along quilt. I finished that one just recently. And there's also pictures on my blogs if you want to see what I've been working on, what I finished. And then just this last weekend, I finished sewing the binding on my Happy Block Swap quilt, which was the last quilt we did in the Quilt Along group, which I had partnered with National Quilters Circle to bring that to you. That's a free pattern as well. You can find this pattern links to the blocks on my website. So this one's all done. So 3 quilts done. I only have 3 more quilts to go, which I'm super excited about. So I have 3 more quilts. So 2 of them just need basting, quilting, binding. One actually needs the top finished sewing together. It's like 4 sections. And then I have a strip and a strip to combine them all. It's actually 4 of the baby size stepping stone quilts, and I'm sewing them all together to make a family quilt for our family. There's like, I made it so long ago, like 2017. And it has like cloud fabric because my son's name's Cloud, and then it has snowflake fabric because my daughter's name's Snow. So it's kind of like a family quilt, and I need to finish it. I don't know, I haven't finished it yet. So I'm still going to try to focus on these this month. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish all of them, but because yesterday morning I started cutting into new fabric for a new pattern. My new pattern is called Flower Party quilt. It will be a 16-inch block quilt. It's a flower block, flower party, flower block. I was browsing Hawthorne Threads Black Friday sale, and I saw these road trip fabrics. They're by Allison Glass. If you want to see them up close, they're just gorgeous, and I thought they would be perfect for this flower party quilt. I love the strawberry one. It's just so cute. And it's actually called apples because every so often there's a little tiny apple. And then I'm using this wasabi Kona cotton. My camera keeps trying to zoom in, sorry. As the background fabric, and I'm also using it as the center square. So like the center of the flower. So I think that's really going to be pretty. I started cutting into that yesterday. Started marking some of my pieces so I could sew them this morning. So I'm hoping to get some blocks done by next week so I can show you all my new quilt. Today I ran to Joann Fabrics because they're having, like, today's the last day for their 50% off coupon. So if there's like backing fabric you need or something like that, I ran there today. So I got this berry color for sashing for the blocks. And then I got this pool color for the back of the quilt. So like it's 50% off, makes it like $4 something a yard, which is cheaper than you can buy at fabric.com or other online fabric quilt shops. And it's still the same Kona cotton. It says on the ball Kona cotton. And so it's the same quality, because I read on the Robert Kaufman website that any Kona cotton is the same quality anywhere you buy it. So if you need some fabric, Kona cotton is 50% off at Joann's with those coupons. So I ran and got that today. So I'm all set to finish that quilt. So I'm going to work on finishing that this month. Excuse me. I also need to start my nephew's quilt because I have a baby shower February 1st that I want to give it to my sister-in-law. I already have the fabric for it. I just need to start working on it. But that's kind of like secret sewing, so I can't share that one with you. So I'll probably just be sharing pictures of the one I'm working on. And I have my Left the Nest baby quilt. I'm going to start working on that. I need to baste and bind that. I might baste it tomorrow morning and maybe start quilting it tomorrow. So sewing wise, that's pretty much all I am going to be doing this month. For the next quilt along, there is no tentative date yet. I had mentioned something about January. I'm not quite sure about that yet. I might have some family things that get in the way of that. So I'll let you guys know more when I find out when that can actually happen. What else I've been working on the last couple weeks? Month. I made, if you saw my new profile picture, I thought I should update my profile picture. I made these cowls. My favorite bulky acrylic is Hometown. So last video I said it was Homeland, but it's actually Hometown Lions brand. And this cowl was super easy to make. I knitted it in the round. It's basically you do knit one, purl one, knit one, purl one all the way around. And then the next row you do the opposite. So you would do purl one, knit one, purl one, knit one. So it gives this like seed stitch effect. Super easy. I use size 13 needles and I cast on 55 on my size 13 needles. You can actually find a pattern, a free pattern on the Lion brand website. Just search seed stitch cowl on the Lion brand website and got this really cute cowl. So these are actually 20% off right now in my shop through this Saturday. Having a little winter sale. So everything in my shop is 20% off through Saturday. So we have this like baby blue color. I made a olive green color. And then I made a little Seahawks color one. It's like a lime and a navy. This one's a little more dense because it has the 2 strands of thread. I used one thread of the Hometown, and then I used one thread, I think it was loops, threads and loops. The you can get it at Michael's. It's like this shiny neon green. These 3 are all acrylic. I also have a few other acrylic ones in my shop that wrap around your neck twice. Then I also made this one in a seed stitch. This is actually Knit Picks merino wool. It's 50% merino wool, 50% nylon. So it actually has a thinner drape. So I made it a little longer than the other ones so that it would be a little more bulky. I'll show you kind of what it looks like. So it kind of still looks the same, even though it's a little thinner drape than the acrylic ones. But it keeps you nice and warm, especially, oh my goodness, it's been getting so chilly here in Washington. I've been having to wear scarves to the bus stop in the morning when I'm driving my kids, or when I'm walking my kids to the bus, because it's just super, super chilly. So I finished those, and right now I have been knitting a new sweater for my husband. This one is called, this is the very first Colorworks I've done, so I'm kind of worried about the tightness of this, but I think once I block it, which is you get the whole sweater damp and then you kind of just stretch it out a little bit and pin it in place and let it dry like that, hoping it lays nice and flat. I use Knit Picks merino wool worsted weight for this one. And so it kind of gives this little mountain effect, which is cool. So the rest, got right to the part where I need to start separating for the arms. And then I'm going to finish the body. So I'm really excited about that. I had wanted to make my kids socks, but I started doing this one first. And so really need to finish this before I start socks for them. This one is the Mountain Mist by Tin Can Knits. I put a link in the description of this video so you guys can see her whole blog post and where you can purchase the pattern. It's unisex, so there's different sizes for men and women, and then it also has children. And they also have a hat pattern that matches. So I don't know, I might get the hat pattern too later, make a matching hat. I thought that might be cool. And then last video I did here in October, I had mentioned that I was going to dye some yarn with my kids so I can make them new socks, because the socks that I made them last year are getting too small. So of course, both kids, Cloud and Snow, chose the same colors. We dyed these with food coloring. This time we actually did a pot full of water. You kind of heat that up, and we did citric acid this time instead of vinegar, because every time I use vinegar, that whole house smells like vinegar. So I thought I would try citric acid this time. So we did the citric acid, and then we laid the yarn around in the pot, and then we poured the dye in sections. This one Snow's, so she went with like pinks, purples, and this teal, and a little bit of navy. I think it's gonna knit up really cool. I think it looks pretty. We'll see. This is a worsted weight, so these socks will knit up a lot faster than a fingering weight. Fingering weight's like super thin, and worsted weight is a little bit thicker. So I've made socks with worsted weight, and they work up a lot faster. I like the Tin Can Knits rye pattern. That's what I've been using. And then this one's Clouds. He did the teal, the purple, and some pink. And he got like some dark raspberry pink in there almost. And like dark teal. He got a lot less white than she did, which is cool. So they'll look different, but very similar. And so I went ahead and took the teal and made this teal color to do for the cuffs and the toes of the sock, just to give it a little more character. So I'm excited to knit these up. I think they'll be really cute. So that's my plans for this month. And then next month, we'll see. We'll see. Next month is really busy. I don't know why. It seems like all the doctor's visits and all the dentist visits ended up being in January. So we'll see how much I actually get done next month. I hope you guys are having a great winter. We don't have snow here yet. We've had very little rain lately, but it's just getting super chilly. So I'm hoping during winter break, we'll get some snow. Winter break starts this Saturday. So I'm excited for that. yeah, so that's about it. That's all I'm working on. There's links to the sweater I'm working on in the comments, and links to my shops, because 20% off. Save 20% off until Saturday, and then that sale will be gone. And then I'm not sure when I will have another sale. So if there's something you've been eyeing, go check out my sale. And I hope you guys have a great day and a great winter break if you guys get winter break too. Hopefully I will be able to jump on here mid-month next month to give you another little update. I will definitely have my flower party garden quilt done by then. I'm not going to be able to share my nephew's quilt until February. So you'll have to wait to see that one. But so I will talk to you guys later and have a great day. Goodbye.